Headline: Welcome to Ponah County. A Halloween birthday celebration turns hauntingly real as enchanted pumpkins take over party. Bob's birthday falling on Halloween had always been a thrill, and this year he decided to celebrate in a remote cabin in Ponah County, a place known for its eerie tales and unusual happenings. The plan was simple: a spooky night with friends, costumes, and laughter. But as they pulled into the shadowed county sign that read "Welcome to Ponah County," a strange feeling crept in, a sense that they were stepping into a different world. Among the friends, CJ had brought along a peculiar pumpkin, a deep nightshade color that set it apart from the traditional bright oranges scattered around the room. He placed it on top of two regular pumpkins on a high shelf, insisting it was an authentic Ponah County pumpkin, rumored to be haunted. Despite the ominous warning, the friends laughed it off, assuming it was just another Halloween gimmick. As midnight approached, strange things began happening. The decorations shivered, the air grew dense, and the shadows seemed to deepen. Then, in an instant, the nightshade pumpkin on the shelf began to glow an eerie green, casting a twisted, ominous grin across the room. Suddenly, CJ's demeanor shifted as if he were under the pumpkin's spell, his eyes glassy and voice low, mumbling in whispers only the pumpkin seemed to understand. Bob and the guests watched in horror as CJ, under the pumpkin's influence, began turning on his friends, guiding them toward the cursed decorations. Desperate to free his friend, Bob remembered an old Ponah County legend he'd read earlier in the week. The story warned that a pumpkin placed in a cursed arrangement, stacked above two others, could become a vessel for a spirit seeking revenge. The only way to break the curse was to remove the enchanted pumpkin from its throne. In a heart-pounding showdown, Bob reached for the pumpkin as CJ tried to stop him, lashing out with unnatural strength. After a struggle, Bob pulled the nightshade pumpkin from its spot, and it shattered on the floor, releasing a scream that echoed throughout the cabin. A green mist floated out of the pumpkin, swirling around the room before vanishing into the night. With the curse lifted, CJ returned to his senses, and the decorations around them stilled. The friends were left shaken but safe, with an unforgettable story to tell. As they left Ponah County the next morning, the eerie silence of the woods served as a reminder of their night with the haunted pumpkin, a Halloween and a birthday celebration that none of them would soon forget. As Bob and his friends drove away from the Ponah County cabin the next morning, they couldn't shake the feeling of unease lingering from the previous night's events. The cursed nightshade pumpkin had shattered, but the memory of the twisted face it had projected across the room haunted them. Bob, still processing the shock of seeing CJ under the pumpkin's spell, replayed the night over and over in his mind, each detail unfolding like scenes from a horror movie. The journey back took them through the eerie, fog-laden forests of Ponah County. The county itself had an unsettling history, with locals passing down tales of spirits and curses tied to the land. According to legend, a long-deceased Herm, it had cursed the area after being driven out for practicing dark magic. It was said that every so often, a nightshade pumpkin would appear around Halloween, carrying the spirit of the hermit, who would seek revenge on anyone who dared to touch his haunted relics. The curse would be activated when the pumpkin was placed in a specific arrangement, such as the one CJ had created unknowingly on the shelf. Back at the cabin, the shelves and floors were strewn with remnants of the shattered nightshade pumpkin. But in the heart of Ponah County, mysterious events don't end that easily. Just as the friends felt a sense of relief upon leaving the county line, they noticed a pumpkin-shaped shadow in the rearview mirror. It sat atop two orange pumpkins in a field along the road. The friends exchanged uneasy glances as CJ, now himself again, muttered, "Ponah County isn't done with us yet." As they drove on, wondering if the curse was truly broken or if it would follow them home, they couldn't help but feel that the spirit's grip still lingered in the air around them. They had escaped the cabin, but they would never forget that one night in Ponah County, a night when a Halloween birthday celebration had taken a sinister turn, leaving them with a mystery that might never be solved. The haunting words "Welcome to Ponah County" now echoed in their minds, a reminder that some legends are more than just stories.